Hi guys, Assalamualaikum. So in today's video, I'll be talking about the ultimate makeup kit for beginner. So this video is going to be a mix of Malay and English because it's easier for me to explain to you guys about the products that I'm going to mention. So without further ado, let's get started. I am actually wearing a cape top, but you can't see it. It's like I'm wearing macam tudung saji, but that's okay. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to say that before you start with any of makeup looks, you must prep your skin. Kita kena pakai moisturizer, kita kena pakai serum and toner maybe. Make sure that your skin is ready before you lay down any makeup products. So sebab I experienced before this, I never moisturize my face. Makeup that I put on top akan look cakey, cracky and doesn't look nice lah on the skin. So before you start with makeup, make sure that your skin is prepped. So the makeup look that I'm wearing today is actually from all the products that I'm going to mention. So the first thing is primer. So primer ni very like personal preference lah according to your skin. If you have dry skin, you may use different primer. If you have oily skin or combination skin, you may prefer other primer. But this is the primer that I would suggest for beginner because first it is affordable. Oh, before that I forgot to mention that this video consists of drugstore products that are 50 and below. And also I want to mention that be a smart consumer. Beli product when they are on sale for 50% off. Guardian selalu ada 50% off, especially when nak dekat raya, Christmas, holidays, dia akan buat 50% off. So be patient and wait. So this is the primers that I suggested to beginners. So if you have dry skin, this is the primer for you. It is Freshen Up moisturizing primer. This primer is very hydrating to the skin. This primer, Keep Me Matte Primer, long lasting, oil free. It is what it is. It does keep your face matte. I don't see any pore reducing. If I use this primer, it just keep my oil at bay. The Prime and Fine Nude Glow Primer. This primer is like a very subtle luminizer. I suggest to use this primer with a CC cream or a very sheer foundation because if you lay it with a very high coverage foundation, the luminizing effect will not show through lah. And then the next one is Goodbye Pores. This is my least favorite primer because it's like the traditional silicone primer. Oh no, it's not a silicone primer. The texture is like this. Even though it says it doesn't blur the pores, but it doesn't make your skin feel a little bit more smoother before you lay down the foundation. So not everybody believe in primer. I feel like primer to me, dia act as a barrier before you lay down foundation. Macam kita dah prep our skin with moisturizer, lepas tu kita add another barrier which is the primer, lepas tu baru kita letak foundation on top. So speaking of foundation that I would suggest to a beginner is this one from Maybelline. Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless and Dewy and Smooth. So matte and poreless ni untuk for those who have normal to oily skin, and for the dewy and smooth for those who have a normal to dry skin. For today's makeup, I use the dewy and smooth foundation. So this foundation, the number one reason I suggest to you guys is because it is affordable. It is I think $49.90, and kalau as I said lah, if you wait for 50% off, dia akan jadi around 24-ish ringgit. And this foundation pun easy to use lah. Senang nak blend on the skin. Dia tak thick sangat, tak thin sangat, tak liquidy sangat. Kalau for this dewy foundation, the dewy and smooth ni dia ada SPF 23 in it. And what else? Has a very natural finish. It looks skin-like. So your kulit ni nampak healthy. It even out your skin tone as well. Kalau matte and poreless ni, as of right now, I have dry combination skin. So matte and poreless ni tak sesuai dengan I. It is matte, and I think for people who have oily skin will love this foundation. And I use this foundation and it is very full coverage. Kalau dewy and smooth ni medium coverage. Ni is very it's medium to full coverage, and it gives a porcelain-like finish. And I like this one when I have oily skin. So moving on to the next category, which is concealer. So concealer pun sama. If you have dry under eyes, the Maybelline Fit Me will be suitable for you, and also doesn't have very intense dark circle. Maybelline Fit Me ni sangat sesuai. Dia ada texture dia is very hydrating and also easy to blend. Pigmentation dia tak banyak sangat sebab it's kinda light medium coverage and more to the light coverage lah. And if you are looking for a very high coverage, I will suggest this L'Oreal Infallible Concealer. It is very full coverage and easy to blend. Tapi kalau you ada dry under eyes or dry patches, dry skin macam I ada sekarang ni, this concealer may not be suitable for you guys or for me sebab dia accentuate the dry patches and also your under eyes will look smooth lah with this full coverage concealer. For powder, I haven't tried that many powder from the drugstore, so I can only suggest one powder, which is the Catrice Nude Illusion Loose Powder Transparent Matte. So I use this powder today. As I said before, I have dry under eyes right now and some areas of my face are dry, even though I have all that, and it doesn't make it more worse. It doesn't make the texture more worse. Smooth, it makes your skin look smooth. It blurs out the skin. So for brow products, I have 2 brow products to suggest to you guys, but I think for beginner, you only focus on shaping your brows. So the brow product that I want to suggest is from Silky Girl Expert Slim Brow Liner. This one right here. It is one of the most affordable brow products that I can find from the drugstore. It has a spoolie on the end, so you can brush away the excess and also shape your brows with this spoolie. This brow liner is not too waxy and also not too hard. Dia punya consistency is just right for beginner lah. It is very pigmented, so bila you shape your brows, you don't have to press hard on the brow lah. You just have to draw it smoothly. You have to be light-handed with this product, tapi memang senang nak guna. It also doesn't break easily, and yeah, it lasts a long time. Dia ada how many products? 0.083 grams of product. If you want to step up your brow game, I would suggest this Essence Mix Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara. This what it does is it fills the gap that you have in your brows and also make your brows look thicker. This one I don't think will hold the brows. Macam sekarang kan orang suka brow yang bushy brows and feathery brows. Holds it for a little bit. Okay, I talked about this palette in many of my videos. This palette is actually from Essence Hey Cheeks Blush Bronzer and Highlighter Palette. So this palette comes with everything that you need to sculpt your face. It has a matte bronzer here, 3 blushes, 2 does have a little bit of shimmer, and this one is matte blusher, and also 1 highlight for light and medium skin tone, and for those who have deeper skin tone, you can use this one as a highlight. And this bronzer sesuai untuk those who have medium skin tone, and is easy to blend and it is breathable. This bronzer is more on the warmer side. This palette ni is very cheap. It's under 30 ringgit. And it also comes with a mirror, so it's very handy. And also you don't have to invest in bronzer, highlighter and blush because everything is already in here lah. Senang nak guna and also senang not to carry everywhere. Highlight ni pun best. I know everyone in the makeup game right now is looking for a very blinding highlight, so there is the highlight. This is what I use today on my cheeks, on my nose, in my inner corner highlight. This is the highlight. Tak look chalky and tak glittery or gritty at all. It is very smooth. So I use it today. As I said before, I have very dry skin on the under eyes area right here. This one does hang to the dry skin lah, tapi you can minimize that look using a setting spray so that every product that you use will melt onto the skin. Speaking of setting spray, I would suggest this Rimmel #Insta Fix and Glow 2-in-1 primer and setting spray. This one is very affordable as well. This one you can use as a primer and also a setting spray, so 2-in-1. Dia ada very nice smell, so I think it has fragrance in it. So if you are sensitive to fragrance, you can try other setting spray. Setting spray is one lagi satu category that I haven't tried that many lah from the drugstore. Also, I am not very picky in my setting spray, so as long as the semburan dia tak terlalu harsh, then I'm okay with it. Also, it has 100 ml in it, so it will last a long time. And then for eyeshadow, this is one of the affordable eyeshadow I can suggest to you guys, the Wet n Wild Color Icon eyeshadow. This specific shade is Rose in the Air. They also have other shades. This eyeshadow is what I used to do this eye look for today, and it is very pigmented. Let me swatch a few for you guys. It's very pigmented. Also, it's a bit powdery, so whenever you pick up the product, make sure to tap off the excess before you put it on your eyelids. I read comment that some people said that they have issue with this palette. Yes, it's actually this red shade right here is very dry. I don't know it's because sebab I dah ada palette ni lama sangat dia dry ke, or memang daripada the beginning pun dia dah dry. Tapi even though dia dry, you can work with it lah. You pack on your eyelids slowly build up the pigmentation on the eyelids. Colors in here blends with each other very well. It doesn't look patchy except for this red color lah. So the color story in here pun senang nak create. You can do a very rosy tone with this red color, a very warm tone with the orange shade right here. Dekat palette ni pun ada guideline lah for you guys to create a look. Macam kat sini tulis transition, so you can use any of this shade for your transition shade. And also there are the two shimmery shade right here. You can use this one as your highlight for the brow bone and inner corner. And also, so there are a lot of matte shades in here. So contohnya for today's look, I use this shade right here all over the lid. To blend it out, I use this shade on my crease, and I use this shade my brow bone, and on the center I use this shade right here. Dua shade ni shimmery and the others are matte. So for eyeliner, I can only suggest one, which is from Maybelline Hyper Sharp Power Black Eyeliner. I am a sucker for eyeliner. I cannot do my looks without adding wing liner. So this is very black. It has a brush tip, not the felt tip. So it is very flexible to do your wings. See, dia macam berus paint. It's easy to shape, and also it's very black. And for mascara, to be honest, I haven't tried that many mascara from the drugstore. Sebab you can only keep it for 4 months and then you have to throw it away. So I have only used a few mascara, and this is the one that I can suggest to you guys, which is from Catrice All Round Mascara Waterproof. This one is actually suggested by Lily Ibrahim, and I have used it during the holidays where I wear makeup for 4-5 hours, and it doesn't much, or it doesn't crack. Mascara coats the lashes, every single lashes. It holds the curl for a very good amount of time. So the brush dia macam ni, it's tapered at the end, so senang nak get the lash yang ada dekat inner corner and also the lower lashes. For lip product, I think this is the most convenient for beginners. So I think for beginner ni is macam kalau me lah, when I was just started with makeup, liquid lipstick tu macam susah sangat nak apply to the lips because dia akan comot dekat bawah, tak sama dengan atas. The shape of your lips akan jadi lain sebab when you overline your lips with the applicator. So this one is actually a pencil. This one is actually from Maybelline Super Stay In Crayon. So dia shape dia macam crayon lah. They also comes with a sharpener and also comes with a variety of color. For today, I use the shade Subtle Formal all over the lips, and also I tap on the center. Stay Exceptional. Yeah, it's very pigmented, and it is not transfer proof. Tapi tahan lah kalau you tak makan oily stuff, and also it's quite affordable. So that's all for the makeup products, the ultimate beginner makeup kit I can suggest to you guys. So I will total everything up and I will put anywhere on the screen. And makeup in Malaysia is not cheap. For those who just want to start with makeup, memang susah nak complete the whole makeup kit. So like I said, be a smart consumer, only purchase your item when they have 50% off sale, and really phase by phase lah. Macam di sale you beli the complexion products, and then next sale you beli eyeshadow pula, and slowly build your makeup kit. I hope today's video is helpful to you guys, and if you find this content is interesting to you, be sure to subscribe. I do a lot of makeup review, eyeshadow looks, and also hauls sometimes. So I hope I see you guys in my next one. Bye. Assalamualaikum.